Hey everyone, this video is a long time coming. I've meant to do it even before wearing glasses, but now that I do, I feel like it's the right time. I'm going to do two looks, as you can see. One is meant to make the eye appear bigger and the other one is meant to make the eye appear smaller. So this video is for all of you who want to learn more about the tricks. Okay, so let's start the makeup. Let's jump right into this video and see what tricks I have up my sleeve. So let's start by applying a base for both eyelids. I'm using here the MAC Paint Pot in Soft Ochre. Then I'm just setting this with a pressed powder from Bare Minerals. To do my eyebrows, I'm using a brow powder from ILINCA and also a MAC angled brush. Then for both looks, I'm using this palette from Kiko. It's more like a kit because it contains a black kohl, a bronzer, a blusher and eyeshadows. So first of all, I'm applying the lightest eyeshadow, and this is for both eyes because it's just like a base and it's not going to do much for the eye looks. Now let's do the nearsighted eye makeup first. This is the makeup that is going to make the eye appear bigger. I'm doing this on my left eye. So as you've seen, I took the bronzer from the palette and I run it underneath the eyes and also along the crease area, but I kept it mostly on the outer half of the eye. Afterwards, I took the middle shade there, the brown from the palette, and I run it along the lines where I've applied the bronzer. So the idea behind the eye makeup for the nearsighted is to use light eyeshadows close to the lashes and the darker ones into the crease area and underneath the lower lashes. This will lift the eye on the top part and also drag it down on the lower part, which will create the illusion of a bigger eye. With the darkest shadow from the palette, I intensify the outer corner of the eye and I also run it underneath the eye, but only to the outer half. Next step, I'm going to use eyeliner because this is going to make the eye appear lifted. You can skip this step, it's not a must, but the eyeliner is going to make your eye appear even bigger, especially if you apply it in a more rounded shape along the lashes, and it's going to give that doe eye effect. If your eyelids are smaller than mine, then keep the line on a thinner side. I did intensify the color underneath the eye a bit more because that is going to really give that bigger eye effect. Eyelash colors and also mascara, lots of it, is going to be your best friend, especially if you're not going to apply eyeliner. Use it top and bottom, that is a must. Keep the waterline flesh colored, no dark liner on the inner rims, which only closes the eye. You can use false lashes since it helps with a bigger effect, but be careful not to put too long ones on because they might touch the lenses and become a nuisance. I also always curl the eyelashes afterwards because that is going to open up the eye even more, and in my opinion, any eyelashes look better that way. Last step, I'm using here a shimmery eyeshadow from MAC, it's called Nylon, and I'm applying it to the inner part of the eye, so the inner part of the eyelid and also underneath the eye. Now for the ones with +degrees prescription, if you want to make your eyes look smaller, then you need to do the exact opposite of the first look. We will create a classic smoky eye which closes the eyes. As a first step, I'm applying the brown from the palette to the whole eyelid and also underneath the eye. So this is acting as a base for the next eyeshadows. Right now I'm running the darkest shadow along the whole lid area and also underneath the eye, but not too much though. I want a bit of balance, but I don't want to go too far from the lower lash line. That would give me too much of a halo kind of effect around the eye, which I don't want. That would maximize the eye. So the trick is to keep the darkest eyeshadow possible around the eye on the waterline. So you've just seen me applying a matte eyeshadow to the mobile lid, no further than that, and now I ran a black kohl from the kit. As a highlighter, I used the same Nylon underneath the brows. I then apply the same mascara to the top lashes mostly, just the slightest bit underneath. It's better if you don't apply any actually, because it's going to help with that closed up eye. I've put on the same lashes, and there you go, we have two looks. One is going to make the eye appear bigger and the other one is going to make the eye appear smaller. So just as a small resume for the people with minus degrees as I have, so nearsighted persons, the glasses are going to make the eyes look smaller. I always opt for the makeup that is going to make the eyes look bigger. For the ones with plus degrees, so for the far-sighted persons, your glasses are going to make your eyes look bigger. You are the luckier ones, in my opinion, but the stronger the prescription, the stronger the effect. So if you have already big eyes and you don't want to emphasize that when wearing the glasses, then you might want to opt for the eye, which is going to make your eye appear smaller. Okay, now back to the makeup. I've applied first a face primer and then a moisturizer from La Roche-Posay, of course, and then with a wet tissue I took off what I've applied from the nose, exactly where the glasses are going to touch my nose. So that is going to give you exactly on that part a matter surface, so a better grip for the foundation you're going to put on top. By the way, foundation, it should be a slightly mattifying one on the T-zone because it keeps the oil at bay and the glasses won't slide that easily. Be careful though not to put it underneath the eyes as well, because it will emphasize the fine lines or wrinkles you might have, and the glasses tend to accentuate that anyway. Then about the concealer, don't skip on it. It lifts the shadow which one might naturally have, and also the frames can cast unwanted shadows underneath the eyes, especially on the inner corners and outer corners, which can make you look tired or older. On the other hand, too much concealer can crease more easily, which will be even more visible for the glasses wearers. So concealer, it's good, but applied in a thin, well blended way and only where you need it most. Then don't overload on powder underneath the eyes. That's another tip I can give you in general. Don't, for Christ's sake, don't bake underneath the eyes at any age. It doesn't look good. In my opinion, it makes one look older and it amplifies the fine lines or wrinkles and the dry skin, and for the glasses wearers, it's even worse. Powder, it's better to be applied when you need it, where you need it, gradually. About the highlighters, I like to wear cream ones as opposed to powdery, sparkly ones when wearing glasses, especially if you are, wearing oversized glasses, which I am. They do tend to cover a larger under eye area, and any glittery particles are going to be more visible and more emphasized. And it's just not that flattering, especially in the harsh daylight where everything is very obvious. So everyone, this was the week's tutorial. I really hope you liked it. Tell me in the comments down below if you've learned something from my tips and tricks, and as always, if you like the video, give me a thumbs up. That really helps me a lot. Also subscribe to my channel, that helps me even better, and follow me on social media to see my upcoming work, something I haven't filmed, and that's usually makeup. You might like it. So I'm going to catch you in my next tutorial. Bye.